Okay, let's talk about yoongi. So as we know, all the BTS members come back this month, and that felt so quick to me. But yoongi's situation is a little bit different because of Scootergate. That's how I will refer to it from now on. I think the general consensus from K-pop stans in America is that the situation was blown out of proportion and really, really stupid. And there are definitely things that famous Korean people have done that they have gotten ripped to shreds for, but in America, people have done it and no one gives a fuck. I feel like Americans are so lenient when it comes to famous people and perception we hold of them. A lot of us don't care when famous people do bad things, and then we also tend to sensationalize it. I feel like if Yoongi was an American artist and that shit happened in America, he would probably get memed if we even heard about it, and then he'd probably like release a shirt that like had the picture of him on his scooter. But guess what? We're not in America. We're in Korea. And Yoongi is Korean, eating Korean food while speaking Korean while going to I bring up America and Korea not because I think it is fair to compare two completely different societies, but to show the general consensus, I'm assuming, for how K-pop stans in America feel about the yoongi situation. However, the K-nets, if you're Korean, please comment below because I'm genuinely curious. The people that were crying out for Yoongi to leave BTS, was that the majority or was that just a loud minority? Were the majority of Koreans like, oh, this is kind of stupid, we don't care? Or were the majority of Koreans like, how could you do that? You're representing Korea, you should be ashamed and disappointed, you need to leave BTS. I don't know if the loud minority were just that, a loud minority, and the rest of people don't really give a fuck. Regardless, I am scared for how Yoongi's gonna get treated when he gets out the military. I feel like no matter what he does, he's going to be in deep, deep shit. And not like, oh, you know, no matter what you say, you're gonna have haters. No, 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 no. I'm scared he's going to get absolutely dragged through the mud and like ridiculed. I feel like if he gets out the military and doesn't acknowledge it again or say anything, they're going to crucify him. I feel like if he does get out the military and acknowledges it again and apologizes again, they're just going to bring it up again and be like, if you were really sorry, you'd leave BTS and live the rest of your life out in shame. On top of that, whatever he says, the apology won't be good enough. Will there be people protesting whenever BTS decides to release content or do concerts? How big will this get? How bad will this get? Because once again, K-nets don't fucking play. K-nets get you kicked out of your fucking group for having a picture kissing a girl years before you were even in that group. And I understand that that was Rise, and I understand that this is BTS. But I think a lot of K-pop stans are under the impression that BTS is completely free and completely can just do whatever the fuck they want. And I don't think that's the case. Especially with public perception. When you're famous in Korea, that shit is so fucking important. From what I've seen, that's a societal thing in Korea, and not only do I think BTS isn't above that, I think it's 10 times worse for them because they are literally the representation of South Korea. Whether you think that's fair or not, it is what it is. Korea is a collectivist society, i.e. the group is more important than you individually. Complete opposite of America, which is why y'all cannot be giving these Western ass takes without understanding Korea's culture. Because of course, if you come from a culture that's completely opposite, then some of the shit idols do are not going to make any fucking sense. Once again, to bring up Rise again, would that situation have happened in America? No. But America is not a collectivist society. And as much as it sucks that someone left a group that they've been training to be in for such a long time, if you understand Korea's culture, it makes sense that they let him back in and then he was like, for the sake of the group, I'm going to leave. I didn't want that to happen with him, but it did. I don't want it to happen with Yoongi. Not about what I want, right? It's about what Yoongi wants, right? Very next sentence, I think the scooter shit is genuinely like insane. And once again, I'm just genuinely curious and a little bit concerned as to how he's going to get treated by K-nets and just South Korea in general as soon as his foot touches soil out the military. So if you're Korean, comment below like the general consensus because I'm so curious. I'm so